Good day, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Good evening. There's a word the Lord lays in my heart to share within ourselves. And I believe that this word is a kind of word that might have happened to people that might be listening now, or people in the future to come. The Lord wants to tell us something that is heavy in his heart. The Lord wants to tell us just a little errors that bring heavy pain in the future. This is what we are about to talk about. The Lord wants us to understand that there are little errors that we do in this life, as a man, as a woman, that brings pain in future, bring hatred in future, bring, how will I explain it, bring some kind of big burden to a person. What is this pain? No matter the circumstances we might have passed through in the future, no matter what we might have gotten ourselves into, or no matter what the circumstances might have been in our life, it might be our errors, it might not be our errors, it might be the errors of our fathers, it might be the errors of our mothers, it might be errors of society. But one thing the Lord wants us to understand, that these errors bring a lot of pain in the heart of somebody. And who is this person? A little child that never knew the circumstances. When a child is in the womb, the child or the baby never called for that situation. It was a situation that brought that child in that stomach. At times we've seen future, why we are burdened, or why we because of what situation we went through at a particular time, we put those burden, those hatred, those pain, those agony on a little child, and without knowing that the future brings a lot of pain. Might be to us, or might be to that child that never knew the circumstances. And what is this little errors? I have seen errors where men had issues before, but kept it a secret. I have seen errors where women had issues before, but kept it a secret because she fell in love with somebody, and because when the relationship started, you don't want to lose that person. You don't want to lose that man. You don't want to lose that woman. But you decide to keep it a secret because you are afraid that if I tell this man, he might leave me alone. Or if I tell this woman, she might leave me alone. Let me keep it a secret. A time will come, maybe we will get to know, or I might want to say it, maybe, or God will want it to come out in another form. But to you, it is good. But to your thinking, it is very right. But when you look at the other way around, what about that child? What about that baby? What about that little one that needs the care of a mother? The care of a father. There are circumstances that make us to keep some kind of secrets. A secret of making ourselves happy on a particular time, but we're not thinking of the future or the circumstances of the person that is involved. You know, I have seen issues. I have seen a lot of situation where a woman might have she had a baby before, but because she's in love, she decided to keep it a secret. She did not even, want to even let anybody know. Even she might be going to church, even the pastor will not know. She get married while people are praying for her to have children, to have the fruit of the womb. But in circumstances, she had a child. Then I wonder, if a man loves you, or if a woman loves you, there are things you don't keep a secret. Because that child needs a care of a mother, needs somebody to relate on. You cannot, it is painful when you hide a child. Like, I've seen situations where a mother will say, don't tell this man or don't tell these people that I'm your mother. What do you think that goes to the heart of that child? Or what are you trying to build to the life of that person? I don't see it or go well. When we rethink the situation, when we rethink what exactly is in our minds and in the mind of the future of that child, we will discover that it's going to bring a very big problem. Because when that child was in the womb, he never knew the circumstances. Maybe the circumstances might be you were raped when you were a little child. You never augured or you never bargained for it. But it happens. But because of the pain and the agony you went through, you try to curse the day it happens. You try to curse whosoever that did it to you. You try to put that burden on that child. But have you ever thought about it? That child never knew the circumstances. He never knew what came towards that time. That child needs a father, needs a mother. Even the father, did that error, which in the eyes of God it is a taboo, to defile a woman, to rape a woman. That is why the Bible wants us, when we are growing up as children of God, the Lord wants us to train up our children. Because when you train up a child in the ways of God, you discover that it's society get difficult to find those kind of situation happening in a community. It's painful for a man to rape a child, to rape a girl. It's painful for you to defy somebody. But no matter the circumstances, you that it happens to, you don't have to put the burden on that child. You don't have to keep it a secret. If a man loves you, if a man really needs you, a man really wants to spend his entire life with you, he's supposed to be aware. You're supposed to tell him, no matter if that man is for you, say it to him. There are men who will want to call that child their own. Who will want to, talk to that child, train up that child like his own. Because nobody knows the future. Nobody knows tomorrow. Because if it happens that because of you don't want to lose that man, or you don't want to lose that woman, there are men as well who had gone to have circumstances like that. Maybe a woman get pregnant for you, but because you had the hatred on her, because you don't love her, because you don't want her, that's a particular time, you decide to do away with that child. But when you come across another woman, because you maybe she have spoken before, I will not get married to a man who had children before, I will not do this one, you are afraid to say it out because you don't want to lose her. This is not the right way to do it. You are causing a lot of pain in the future. Just a little secret. That is why The Lord said there's a little secret, but a pain in the future. The child, when it grows on that little secret, that you, the father, is hiding him because you don't want that woman to know. When the child grows up tomorrow, or when he's growing up, if it's you, will you be happy? That is a question. You as a woman, if it is you, will you be happy? That is a question. You know, no matter the circumstances, there are people that said, no, and when I was tender, my parents married me out, and I hate it, and I don't like it. It makes me look at that child like, it's something I never bargained for. There's no error of that child. Your parents carry the error. But it is your duty, to love that child, to love that boy, to love that girl, to train that child no matter the circumstances that came through it. But because that child never bargained for it. There are a lot of people that carry that body today. There are a lot of people that carry that hatred. There are a lot of people that is burning in their hearts. You don't expect that child to hear these things and be happy, or you don't expect even a sensible person, because if it happens that man you don't want to lose tomorrow, that woman you don't want to lose tomorrow, with that same issue you might still lose that man, you might still lose that woman. There was a woman who I heard a story that she was married out with a cow when she was 12 years. She was married out. Her father married her out just for a cow. But that never stopped her dream. A future, she tried to build a future no matter the circumstances. But today, she had a doctorate degree. These are the kind of life God wants us to, to emulate. We don't have any blame to blame God. People will say, why did God not stop this situation? Why did God allow this thing to happen? But you have to understand, like the issue of that man or that woman that the father married out for a cow, is it the fault of God? Is the father. God cannot kill the father. God cannot stop that man. That is why the Bible said, he said he has given us life. He urged us to choose life. Because if you put your daughter in a risky situation, it is not the fault of God. But because your father did that, you want to pay that child back and said, no, why did they do that to me? Because of that, you want to hide that child as a secret. Or because of that, you want to, punish, give that punishment, the pain. Because of the pain you went through, you want to give it to that child. I've seen where people, they are in the church, you see them looking for husband, but without them saying it that they have a child at home. It doesn't mean a man who loves you, you understand, might come to you. But what are the circumstances? These are the questions we ask ourselves at times. Most of us, we might say we are raped. Sorry for that. But do you know that there are women today that, that seduce men with their way of dressing? There are women that, that makes life horrible for men. Even the men, it doesn't mean you can keep yourself. No matter what you see. That is why the Lord wants us to train up ourselves in the ways of God. If you have the Spirit of God in you, doesn't mean a woman wear pants. What concerns you with that? That is not your your portion. That is not your issue. That is not what's supposed to be on your headache. But the people of the world, capitalize on that. And you as a woman, when you train up yourself in the ways of God, you will discover that those things will not be seen in you. Those things will not attract evil to you. There might be that that was not your situation. That was not your circumstances. That was not exactly what happened. But whatever that happened, whatever that took place, whatever that might be the situation on it, but we should understand that little baby that was in that stomach when the situation took place had never had a fault or a blame on it. It's not supposed, or she's not supposed to suffer for our own errors or for the errors of others. I've grown up in a home, in a situation, in an environment that I saw some kind of hatred on those children that was abandoned, on those children that was kept a secret, on those children that they never took them like a human being. I've seen situations where some women get married, but because she had that issue before, yes, she might have told that man that, yes, I had an issue. There are many men that will say, there's no problem. There are men that will say, no, I don't want. I want to have a woman that I've not gotten issue before. Tackle it. It's not compulsory you must die on that place. If it was not your error, God will provide for you. But if it was your error, this is where you seek the face of God. This is where you call on Him. God is always there to hear us. A situation where you get married, you tell the man, I have an issue, and okay, the man said, okay, we accept the issue. And maybe when you start having an issue for the man, you abandon that child. You still have some kind of, how would I say, kind of, inside, pains, secrets you still have in your heart, and you use it against that child. You don't train that child the way it's supposed to be trained. You don't concentrate on that child the way it's supposed to be concentrated because of the situation, or because of the father, or because of the mother. You pretend in the eyes of people, and in your heart there's a wound on it, and you focus on the issues, the children you get back to newly to that man, but without focusing on that child as well. In the eyes of God, it is not good. In the eyes of God, it is a taboo. No matter the circumstances, they must be treated as one. I wonder, how that child will grow, well, without, the love, the care of a mother, the care of a father. That child needs, to be seen as a human being, to be seen as with the same love you have for those ones. Because I have seen, where a child grew up with hatred. He or she is looking. He or she is noticing. He or she is seeing some kind of, a demarcation within that period. And that child is growing up in that circumstances. no matter what has happened, no matter what has taken place, no matter the faults it might have been, when we sit down to rethink, we will discover that in the other way around, there might be a lot of error from us. Why are we trying to say this? Because there are people, there are mothers, there are fathers that this thing has happened to. There are people that might be hearing me now. You might be a victim of circumstances, or you might have grown up in that situation that your father or your mother, segregates you or abandon you or take you in like a secret, because he or she is married to another person. You understand? But it's not showing you that love that's supposed to be shown to you. I want to tell you, keep that pain alone. Take that hatred away. Take that pain that is in your heart. Many of them is their fault, and the other way it might not be their fault. If that situation has happened in your life, if that situation has taken place in you, if you know God, do you know the only person that is not an orphan? We all are. Anybody that doesn't have God is an orphan. And if you have God in your life, you are not an orphan. You have a father, you have a mother. He's the one that fights for the fatherland. That is why you need to let those hatred, those burden go away, so that God will be able to touch you. So that God will be able to, to release His blessing in your life. Don't go with that hatred. I've seen where a boy grew up. He was trying to even kill the mother because of the circumstances of how he grew up. Because maybe he was living with the mother and with the other husband. But the husband, the mother, is not showing that care. And the boy might decide, oh no, I want to go. I want to just go to anywhere, or let me go and live with my father. My father might have a lot of wives. Okay, let me go and live with my mother. My mother might have gotten married again. But that child is living with a mentality that there is no equal love. If that circumstances has happened to your life before, you as a father, you as a mother, try to rectify it. It might not be too late. That child might have grown up, but you can still call that child. You can still call that boy. You can still call that girl. Try to reconcile the time you've wasted. I think because when a child is growing up, it needs the care of the parents. It needs the love. It needs the words that will come out from the mom, that will come out from the dad. But that word is not there. But whenever he leaves and go back, maybe to stay with his mother, he had that hatred in his heart already. Or he went back to stay with the father, he had that hatred already. And the circumstances he's going to meet might be more dangerous, might be even more painful. It's accumulated more hatred. You can stop it. I'm still saying it because of those ones that you might listen to me today. Maybe your situation is just in your hands. This thing I'm saying is touching you right now. You have the hatred or the pregnancy is still in you. You feel like aborting it, but the circumstances you can't abort it. The circumstances, no. Maybe the doctor tell you if you abort it, you are going to die. But all you have in you is like what kind of child is this? The child has no error. Don't ever think of it like that. God never created any body wrong. That child have a future. That child have a dream. He needs you as a mother to nurture that dream with him. No matter the circumstances, no matter you want to remarry again. You understand? Because I know in the Bible issue, there's not two marriages. God made them wife, man and woman, husband and wife. But when we go deep into the Bible, we discover that this separation of a thing, it is not what God, has ever, God has never, agreed to it. But because of our mind, at times we just want to do it. But it is better for you to, to stay. It is better for you to bear. It is better for you to be patient. It's better for you to, to rehearse some kind of, issues that you have with your spouse, not the mentality of separation. It doesn't help because the pain that it will cause in the future might be so big in the child, in the life of that child. Don't do that. That child needs you. That baby needs your care. You as a father, you abandon a woman because you don't love her, or somebody you start having some kind of how will I say it, another outside. You are just destroying your future. It is not a good thing, because when your words as a father matters a lot in the life of that child, your word as a mother matters a lot in the life of that child. No matter the circumstances, no matter you were raped, your parents married you out when you were young, no matter the circumstances might be, or the man tricked me, he told me that he loves me, we are going to now, he abandoned me. Because he abandoned me, the hatred is there, on that child. I want to tell you, that is not the future of that child. He never called for it. That is why the Bible it tells us. That is why the Bible urges us. He said, if you cannot stay, marry. You understand? Because when the sweetie and the sweetie act was within you and that man, that child was not there. When you people were promising each other, that child wasn't there. When you people were trying to, when the love was sweet, that child wasn't there. That child is not supposed to receive that pain. You are supposed to understand that when a child comes into the world, do all you can. Do all the best you can to bring up that child in the ways of God. Because tomorrow you are going to be happy with it. And the heaven is going to rejoice with you. You're going to see that the power of God moving in your life. I want to take you to the Bible, and this is going to be the phase 2 of it. This is a topic that is delicate. It's very, very, very interesting, because the Lord is saying there are a lot of future that is still dabbling into it. And there are a lot of people that still have it in the secret. There are a lot of people that is still keeping it. There are a lot of people that still have that hatred in their hearts because of the circumstances that child came through. Because of maybe you were building a future, but something just came up and you felt that thing, broke that future. You are not the owner of your life. That child doesn't deserve anything that is wrong. And I want us to sit down, why the Lord want to speak to us. Why some people at times, you blame the Lord. You say, why did God not stop it? Why did God allow it to happen? But have we ever sit down to think, where is your error? Where is my error? Where is the error of our parents? Where is the error of that child? This is what we need to put down on the table most of the time and ask ourselves, does this child deserve this? Did this boy that is innocent deserve this? Is this little child, deserve it? I want to run away from this woman. My attitude just started, wrongly now. I never knew she was like this. Then you want to run and leave a child that you called into the world. Maybe, whatever circumstances might be, you have no right. Because when you decide to come together, when you decide to bring a baby, or whatever it might be, the only thing that we need to think, we need to understand, is to look into the life of the future of that child, because he has no error. He's bringing forth. He's an innocent child. He's a person that needs a care. He needs to be treated like a human. Because without you treating that child like a human, he's going to grow up. He's going to grow up with hatred. He's going to grow up with all pains. He's going to grow up and make the society look different. I will take you to a story. And as we go to the phase 2, God bless you. This is open heaven. The Lord wants to talk to you. Just listen what the Lord is about to say. This will interest you. This will help you. This is a channel where we try to, build our future, so that at the end of the race on earth, the devil will not ask us. We later came to his territory. That will not be our portion. For those who are into the circumstances, who might come across the circumstances tomorrow, the first thing we need to think is a little child that is innocent and never knew the circumstances. That is why we need to hold on to God. And I know, as the Lord speaks to us in the B parts, the life will be touched, and we will come into the palm of the Lord. And every secret errors that would bring pains and sorrow at the end of the future will be eradicated from our life. God bless you. This is open heaven. Just hold on to the B parts. This is